One of my favorite scenes in television is a scene from the TV series The Good Place. Very brilliant TV series. To give you some context, in the series, there are two places where people go when they die. There's the good place, aka heaven, and there's the bad place, aka hell. When this lady found herself in a good place, she was surprised because she was a very horrible person. She used to scam people, didn't care about anyone, didn't help anyone. She was a very selfish person. So she was surprised, how did I make it to heaven if I was a horrible person? She later discovered that she was right. She didn't belong in heaven. In fact, she was supposed to go to the bad place. A mistake was made. Someone with the exact name as hers was sent to the bad place, but she was supposed to be sent to the good place. After she discovered that, she was like, oh, I hope they don't find out, because I ain't going to hell. But bad things kept on happening, and no one could explain why. In fact, bad things started happening when she got there. So she realized that every bad thing that was happening was because of her, because nothing bad was happening in the good place. As time went by, she ended up deciding to confess that she's supposed to be in the bad place, only to realize that she was not the only one who was supposed to be in the bad place. So her and some of the people there started arguing which people are supposed to be sent to the bad place. What they were told was that only one person can be sent to the bad place, but it was her and another person that was supposed to be sent to the bad place, who didn't belong in heaven. So as they were arguing, she said, holy mother, fork and shit balls. I like how she says it. Holy mother, fork and shit balls. Yeah, that's what she said. And they were like, what? She's like, I figured it out. Ever since we got here, we've been miserable. They told us that this is heaven. They told us that this is the good place, but we've never actually had peace. We were suffering since we got here. I figured it out. I want to be sent to the bad place now. And they refused. And she's like, yeah, of course they can't send us to the bad place. The real reason why they don't want to send us to the bad place is because the bad place is the good place. They told us that this is the good place and we believed them. Even though we were suffering, even though we didn't have peace, even though we were being tortured, we told ourselves that this is the good place and we must come up with a solution. As she was talking, this other guy appeared and he found a solution to one of the problems that they had, and she was like, shut up, we don't need that right now. We are very obsessed with coming up with solutions in this world. Solutions to war, hunger, solutions to inequality, solutions to racism, crime, corruption, anger, hatred, diseases. But there's something that we don't want to admit, is that we are actually in the bad place. We are actually in hell. So when she discovered, or realized, let me not say she discovered, as if she didn't actually realize it herself. When she realized that she was in a bad place, everything made sense. She was able to explain why the things that were happening were happening. You see, if you want to explain what is going on in this world, and you believe that there is a good God who put us here because He wants us to grow, He wants us to become perfect, so that He will take us to a good place, that's not gonna make sense. You can't explain what is going on in the world while still believing that whatever created this world is good. You can't. It doesn't make any sense. You can't. One of my favorite scenes in cinema is a scene from the TV series, the movie The Book of Clarence. Right? I told you about this movie. Love it. So there was this guy who was pretending to be the Messiah. He was pretending to be Jesus. His name was Clarence. He lived during the time of Jesus. He saw Jesus performing miracles and he thought that the miracles were not real. So I was like, you know what? If I can replicate what Jesus does, I'm good. People are going to give me money. He told his friends, he was like, yo, people are going to give us money if we can perform the miracles that Jesus performed. We just need to find out how he performed his miracles. So he didn't think that Jesus' miracles were real, so he started faking miracles, and what he predicted happened. People started following him and believed that he was the Messiah. But his brother, I think his brother was Peter, one of Jesus' disciples, if I'm not mistaken. It was his twin brother, actually. Peter's twin brother. He was mad. He was like, he went to him and asked him, why are you doing all this? You are doing something that is misleading. Like, you are misleading people. You are undoing what the real Messiah is doing. And Clarence was like, there is no Messiah. There is no God. I mean, what kind of God would... What did he say? I don't remember correctly, but he was like, yo, it's the same kind of God that would let children die of cancer. I mean, of illnesses. There was no cancer at the time, I guess. So it's the same God that will let children die of hunger. The same God that will let children get murdered. I like how he put it. Like, I'm performing all these fake miracles because, well, there is no God. You know, there is no Messiah. The guy that you're following thinking that is the Messiah is not even the real Messiah, because there is no Messiah, so there is no real Messiah. So let me just live my life. You can't justify the horrible things that are going on in the world. That would be like saying that Jeffrey Dahmer had good intentions. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say he was a bad person, because at the end of the day, you know, we need to realize that a lot of people are broken. A lot of people are broken. Some suffer from mental illnesses. Some, have had to go through trauma in life. Like, we're dealing with different things. There's a reason why I'm not like Jeffrey Dahmer. It's not like when I'm sitting alone, I'll be thinking of murdering someone. Like, that doesn't even occur in my mind. I don't even think of that. I don't even think that will ever happen. I think, and it's actually beautiful that ever thought of, like, if you've never killed anyone in your life, ever like thought of it and be like, that's good. Like, you end up saying, like, that makes you feel good. Like, you haven't killed anyone, because a lot of people are being murdered every day. So obviously they're being killed by other people. So you not being one of them is actually a good thing. So you can't say Jeffrey Dahmer had good intentions. No, he had horrible intentions. You can't say whatever created this had good intentions. You can't say this is the good place when bad things are happening daily. Some of y'all have said to me that you feel that I don't try to find a healthy balance between the negative things and the positive things that are happening in this realm. You feel like what I'm doing is only focusing on the negative things. And sometimes I confuse being real. Like, I feel like being negative is being real, If I'm negative, I'm being real. If I say this is bad, this world is evil, and all that, I'm being real. And if I'm going to say this world is good, I'm not being real. I was like, think of it this way. Let's go back to the TV series that I was telling you about. Would you say that there was a healthy balance between the good things and bad things that were happening in the series? Meaning that actually it's both good and bad. And they shouldn't even complain. They shouldn't even say that it's the bad place, because there are good things that are happening. It's not like horrible things were happening all the time. Yeah, they were allowed to talk to other people. They had nice food, they had nice place to sleep, you know what I'm saying? But horrible things will happen, and they didn't understand why. So would you say that lady, after discovering that she was in the bad place, she was negative? She was not being real. She was confusing being negative with being real. If you are in a relationship with a person who doesn't love you, I've seen this happen a lot. When a person is in a relationship with a person that doesn't love them at all, and everyone can see that, but they're so happy in that relationship, or let me not say they're so happy, but then there are things that make them happy in their relationship. Maybe if it's a guy, maybe he fucks her good, and she enjoys the sex. Like, damn, I can't leave this. But the guy doesn't care about her at all. Like, the guy has many girlfriends, he's using her, he borrows a car, doesn't even care how he drives it. He'll be having sex with women in the car. Like, he doesn't care about her at all. Like, he doesn't care. He's just someone that he's using. She's just someone that he's using. That's it. The sex is good. She enjoys his company. He's funny. Sometimes when they go to clubs, like, she enjoys being there with him. He knows a lot of people, But really, he doesn't care about her. He cares about himself. He's very selfish. It's all about what benefits him. He will be with her as long as it benefits him. Meaning that if she has no money, he's not going to be with her. If her car stops working, he's not going to be with her. If she gets sick and go to a hospital, he's not going to visit her. If things end up not going well in her life, he's not going to be there for her, because, well, he doesn't care about her. But she's enjoying the relationship. Would you say she's in a good relationship or a bad relationship? I'm using relationships as an example because I think for people to understand life, we need to talk about the things that they go through in life that are obvious. You know, the things that we all agree that are true. If we're going to talk about life itself, a lot of people have biases. So it's pretty obvious to me that that girl would be in a bad relationship. So if a person said, no, that's actually a bad relationship, I'm not denying that the sex is good. I'm not denying that she feels good when she's around the guy, but that is a bad relationship. It's not the kind of person who will hold her down. We can't predict the future in this world. In fact, most of the time we need people who care about us, who genuinely care about us. There will be days when you'll be like, I need someone that I can talk to because I'm not feeling well, I'm not coping. I need someone who's going to be there for me, someone who's going to support me. I just lost my father. I need someone who's going to be there, who's going to support me. You find that the boyfriend is nowhere to be found. He's going to call her a month later, hey, how you doing? Ish, I was busy and all of that. And because she enjoys his company, he's like, all right, But the real truth is, she's in a bad relationship. So it's the same thing with the world itself. There are things that we can say are good. The food is nice. Weed, if you like weed, you know what I'm saying, make you feel good. Swimming, I think when I was growing up, there was nothing that I enjoyed more than swimming, Sleeping. If the bed is nice and the room is good, and that's good, right? Love. Love feels good, even though, I'm not even going to say it right now. But just because you are in a place where there are some things that you can enjoy doesn't mean that it's not a bad place. If it's a bad place, it's a bad place. Even if you got kidnapped, I don't think everything that you'll experience will be bad. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people who are in jail, they experience horrible things all the time. No. Sometimes they're given food. Sometimes they're allowed to be on the yard, and they're allowed to work out. They're allowed to play chess, soccer. They're allowed to sing. You know what I'm saying? They're allowed to read books, but that doesn't mean they are not in jail. I'm not focusing on the negative things. I'm not focusing on the negative things. Listen, the positive things about this place are obvious. Should I be talking about, sex is good, you know what I'm saying? Even though sex is okay, then let me say, even though it's another trap, because, I don't understand why an activity that brings someone, or that can potentially bring a new human into this world, I don't understand why it can be that enjoyable. You know what I'm saying? Because that kind of decision, it has to be a decision that you think about. It actually has to be. I remember I made a video where I said, I think sex shouldn't be that enjoyable, so that only people who want to have children will have children. So it feels like a trap, because a lot of people be bringing kids into this room because sex is enjoyable, right? Not because that's what they wanted. So if it was something that was not enjoyable, then only the people who want to bring children into this world will bring children into this world. Only people who are ready. So that's why I think it's a trap. But yeah, let's just say sex is good, right? Humans enjoy sex. We know that. We know that humans enjoy food, right? That's what is true. People enjoy eating food, nice food. They enjoy going out, traveling. They enjoy relationships when relationships are good. They enjoy sports, MMA, football, soccer, rugby, basketball, tennis, cricket. Like there are a lot of things that humans enjoy. Should I make videos talking about that? Yeah, cricket. I'm making videos to make people realize that yes, even though there are all these good things that we enjoy, it doesn't mean that this is actually a good place. Just because the sex is good in a relationship doesn't mean that it's actually a good relationship. In fact, a lot of things that are bad that people are addicted to are things that have something that they enjoy. If a person is addicted to drugs, you find that you can see that they are losing their health, but they're not quitting drugs, right? Because of how they feel. So you could be out here losing your soul because you're doing a lot of things that you don't believe in. You're doing a lot of things that don't make any sense to you. But there are things that you enjoy. You're like, yeah, man, I might be working a job that I hate with all my heart. A job that feels like it make me feel like I'm betraying myself, like I'm doing something that I totally don't believe in. You're a vegan, but you're in the meat industry. You know what I'm saying? You're making a lot of money. Like, I don't consume any more products, but it will feel like you're selling your soul. You get what I'm saying? So that's how people feel. They're addicted to the pleasures of this world. So they said that the world is good because of that. The same way that the girl that I was using as an example will be feeling like the relationship is good because of great sex, while the guy does not even care about it. So what I'm saying to you is that we are not in a good place, and me saying that this is a bad place is not me being negative. It's me telling the real truth, the highest truth. I can't dispute that there are good things that we find enjoyable in this place, but a lot of these things are only there to keep us distracted, to make it hard for us to realize the real truth. It's like a scam. If you're trying to scam people, you have to make them feel good. Give them a compliment, like make them feel good about themselves. You can't scam people while dressed like a hobo. You want to dress nice. If you're a player, you see, a lot of women are had by players. Players got swag. They dress nice, they are charismatic, but it doesn't mean that they have their best interests at heart. And that is why they end up getting played. Like, we need to care more about the truth than having fun, than enjoying ourselves. Like, it needs to get to a point where you're like, you know what, man? I know I can enjoy myself, but what really matters to me is the real truth, is the highest truth. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired of lying to myself. I'm tired of my addictions. I'm addicted to things that bring me pleasure, but I do feel like I'm losing my soul. Every time I do something that brings me pleasure, it's like I'm losing my soul. Like, I have to sell my soul. Like, to gain or to experience pleasure, I need to sell my soul. I need to lose a part of me. I can't just experience pleasure without losing a part of me. We all can tell that this ain't the kind of life that we want to live. How many people in the world are living lives that the kind of lives that they want to live? Most of us are just doing the things that we're doing because we want money. That's it. You work a job you hate, a job that goes against who you are as a person, that goes against your soul purpose, but you want the cheddar, right? You're like, yeah, I gotta make cheddar. Can't be broke. I ain't trying to. I ain't trying to sleep on the floor. I ain't trying to go to bed hungry. I ain't trying to get hated by everyone or be mistreated by everyone in the world. I gotta be respected. So you do things that you don't want to do to get what you want out of life. Shouldn't that be a sign that something is not right? Why should you do something that you don't want to do to get what you want? It's like prostitution. Why are we against prostitution? Think about it. Why is it that you don't think that prostitution is good? The real reason is that people are doing something that they don't want to do for money. You never find a rich woman who's a prostitute. A woman who's making money, her businesses are working, and she's a prostitute. It doesn't work. So really, it's about the money. But we don't realize that we're kind of like doing the same. It just has to do with how we view sex. We are doing a lot of things. Like you wake up in the morning. I remember there's this lady. She's a sex worker. She's famous in my country. She was talking about people who talk bad about her. She's like, my life is much easier than yours. I mean, think about it. I don't have to do much. She also has an OnlyFans. She has a nice car. She's successful. She's like, you have to wake up every morning and go to work. I don't have to do much. I don't have to do much. You sell your body more than me, actually, because you have to be there 8 hours a day. I just have to make a video like a week, like one time a week, and that doesn't even take 2 hours. And I will make more money than you make in a month, and you are saying that like you are looking down on me as if I'm, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, hey, I don't know, she kind of makes sense, because we are also doing the same. We are selling our bodies, and it's much worse because we're doing things that we don't like. At least she enjoys sex, it's not like she's just having sex with some random guy. She's having sex with guys that she likes, so she's enjoying that too. The truth is, we are in a bad place, and signs are everywhere. We are experiencing good things so that we'll be distracted. Of course, we're not supposed to be totally depressed, because if we were totally depressed, we would not function at all. So there have to be things that keep us going. Like, I don't like my job, but at least on Friday I'm gonna go out and drink, chill with the guys, that's good. Yeah, I don't like my job, but at least in December I'm gonna go back home. Like in South Africa, a lot of people work in a province called Gauteng. That's where I'm at, but they live in other provinces, so they go back to their families in December. But like, yeah, at least I will have saved up enough money to go and see my family and have a good time. Going back to a village that I grew up in, where I know a lot of people and I have money, that's beautiful, than to go back home and you're broke. You know what I'm saying? Or being at home all the time, but you have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, yeah, I don't like waking up in the morning and going to work all the time, but at least I'm gonna go back home and I'm gonna meet my old friends. I'm gonna meet my old teachers. Some girls there are also waiting for people who who go back home. You know what I'm saying? Who have jobs. It's how it works. It's ridiculous how this world works, man. Like, it should be obvious that this is not a good place, but we don't want to admit it to ourselves for some reason. We are selling our souls for candy. That's what we're doing. We're doing what we don't like for pleasure. It's like being addicted to. Uh, it's November now. I'm pretty sure there are people who are struggling if they are trying the NoFap thing. It's like if you're addicted to pleasuring yourself, but you don't want to do it, but somehow you can't stop doing it. It's the same thing. It's like you can see that it's not what I want to do, but you still find yourself doing it. You're like, yo, I feel lazy after doing it. I become very lazy. Even if I had something that I wanted to do, I ain't gonna do it. If I had to go to the gym after doing it, I don't even want to go to the gym. I just want to sleep. But you still do it. We are selling our souls for candy. We are slaves to our addictions, and whatever put us here knew that. Like, these humans, they like great food, man. They're gonna work like slaves just for food. They're not worry. They're gonna work like slaves just for sex. They're not worry. They're gonna work like slaves just for alcohol. Do not worry. They're gonna work like slaves just for cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? They will literally sell their souls for cigarettes. You think of people who are addicted to drugs. They don't do anything for drugs, for money to buy drugs. I remember there was a guy who used to, I think he was a TikToker, who would go to Joburg and find homeless people, like find a homeless guy and be like, yo man, I need you to suck my, not even gonna say it, and I'll give you $100. $100 is like $6. In fact, it might be less than $6 really. And they'll be willing to do it. He'll be finding guys. A lot of guys are straight. In South Africa, a lot of guys are straight. So they'll be finding guys that are straight, and they'll be willing to do it. They'll be willing to sell their soul for candy. Isn't that what we're doing? We just don't see it because we're not zooming out. The reason why I give you an example with a relationship, when I was saying that you can be in a very bad relationship that is like really really toxic, but you find that the sex is good, and you think that and you don't leave that relationship because the sex is good, right? Because we know that we all agree as a collective that that's a bad relationship even if the sex is good. If the person that you're in a relationship with doesn't care about you as a person, But when I talk about the world, about how evil it is, somehow there's a part of you that doesn't want to admit that I'm right. There's a part of you that doesn't want to look at this world as something evil. Like, you want to tell yourself that this is good. No matter what you see happen, you're like, this is good. It doesn't matter what happens. We need to be honest about this place. It doesn't help lying to ourselves just because of pleasure. I look at that as a weakness, Sometimes we need to be honest. Do we really feel like whatever created this had our best interest at heart? Whatever created this, it had the best interest of animals at heart. Isn't it weird that a lot of animals just can't have peace? Ever look at an animal and be like, man, I don't know, man. You see an animal being chased by a lion or by a group of lions. They try to take down a buffalo. It's fighting for its life and there's no one to help it. It's just there fighting for its life and they eat it while it's still alive until it dies in agony. And you want to tell me this is a good place? Really? Are you serious? Are you honest? Intellectual dishonesty. That's a real thing in this realm. This place is not what it seems. And just like that lady that actually realized that she was in hell, she was not in heaven, even though they were telling her that it's heaven, we also need to wake up. Because it's not like whatever put us here will come here and be like, yeah, this is actually a hell room, really, We put you here because we just wanted to harvest your soul for energy, like we actually create situations that will make you produce negative energy. We get you into relationships where we know that your hearts are going to be broken, and even if it's not supposed to be like that, we're going to make sure it's going to be like that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make your partner fall in love with another person. I remember we used to say this a lot in high school, like, yo man, if you ain't got no chick, there is no woman that wants you. But if once you get into a relationship, all these women want you. And I think that's like that everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's like there is something that wants you to break your woman's heart. When you are single, all these chicks be running away from you. Once you get into a relationship, all these chicks want to be in a relationship with you. Like they want to compete for your love so that you can have them. Why? I remember telling y'all guys that the fastest way to get a girl that doesn't seem to want you, let's say you work with her and she doesn't seem to want you, the fastest way is to show interest in another girl that you think might be interested in you. Once she sees that, another girl likes you and you seem like you might hit it off, you'll see. Do that and thank me later. I'm telling you, this is something that I've seen many times, bro. There are women that have tried to be in a relationship that I knew were out of my league. Like, every my friends be like, you ain't getting that one. Like seriously, you're not. There was a time when I was a chaser. When I was younger, I was a chaser when it comes to women. So even if like a girl is not, I remember there was this girl. She kept on refusing to give me her numbers, bro. She's very beautiful, like totally out of my league. I mean, now maybe I'm closer to a league, but back then, bro, like like I wasn't even supposed to have a chance, bro. Okay, so we worked together, me and this lady. We work for government, so like we she was working in a different department, but it was the same flat. Like there were like more than like 400 employees, right? But I would see her and be like, I want this girl. She worked in HR. She's like, yeah, I want this girl, bro. One day, I made my move. A very brave move. Found her chilling with her friends, greeted them, I've never spoken to these people before. Like I told you guys, she's out of my league. I've never. Uh, but then I say, hey, how are you guys? Say good, and you? They thought that it was work related. They've seen me around, so they knew that I worked there. So they thought it was work related. It's like, look, I have a crush on you, and I would like to get your numbers. So we can talk. That's what I said. No game, nothing. That's all I said. It was like, no, thank you. Okay, fine. Next time I saw her, same thing. Your number. I might have asked for a number for like more than 5 times, and she was not giving me her numbers. You know what happened? I gave up. Like, she's not into me at all. It is what it is. I'm good. I've lost. I'm taking my L. Besides, she was out of my league anyway. What was I even thinking? Okay. This girl started showing interest in me. And we used to have lunch together. Started chilling together. I'm telling you, the next month, like she has not, like I've not made my move. I have not flirted with her or said anything to her in like a month. She sees me. I'm sitting alone outside. She comes. She comes to me. Before that day, actually, she saw me chilling with a chick. She passed with her friends and she looked at me, and they were talking. And I was chilling with that chick. We were eating, having lunch. A week later, she saw me sitting alone. She came to me. It's like, these days you don't even greet me. What's wrong? What have I done wrong? I'm like, what the hell? What? You're not even supposed to be talking to me. Like, seriously, you were. But I didn't say that. I was like, just give me your numbers. That's what I said. I didn't even say much. I didn't want to, like, and she did. She gave me her numbers. And she was agreeing. I remember there was a time that she actually visited me because we spoke, and she visited. She came to have lunch with me, and she didn't find me. And she left a note like, yo. And I was like, that's how it works. And that's when I started thinking like that. I mean, I already knew that when I was in high school, but I was like, I wasn't wrong about this. And from that time, because I kind of lost interest, right? Like, I don't want a woman who doesn't want me. I don't want a woman who wants me because I have another girlfriend or all that. Like, I want a woman to just like me, dude. Like, you have to like me for me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. I don't want. To me, it's not just about sex. To me, it's not just about status. Showing off. Like, yo, dude, this is my girlfriend, posting it and all of that. It's about you genuinely being interested in me as a person. Wanting to get to know me, wanting to know my struggles, wanting to know what's on my mind and all of that. Like, that's really what I want. But I knew that that's how it works. So I was like, you know what? If I want to play with this girl's minds, this is what I gotta do. Just for fun. And it has always worked. So it seems to me like the universe just wants us to keep on hating one another, really. The universe just wants us to hate one another. When I was young, like really young, I thought love was real. I mean, it is real, it's just not what we think it is. I think that's the right way to put it. But I used to think that a person can just love you, bro. Like, you don't have to have anything to offer. You don't have to have money, you don't have to be cute, you don't have to be tall, you don't have to be, you don't have to have charisma. You just have to be a human. And there's a person for everyone. That's how it is. Like, we okay. Like, we're never gonna struggle when it comes to relationship as humans. If you find yourself not having money, you're not gonna struggle. Your woman can hold you down because she loves you. She's in love with you. She's happy when she's around you. And you get older, and yeah, you see the truth. You see the truth, and you're like, damn. What kind of game is this? You know what I'm saying? But you know how the world works. You see that we are purposefully being put in situations where we are supposed to be suffering, where we're supposed to be torturing one another, by default. Like nature itself makes that like it doesn't just make it makes that possible. It actually uh, makes it to be that way. You get what I'm saying? It's not just possible. It's just nature makes it to be that way. Nature is gonna make it very difficult for people to want to be around you if you're not doing well. I remember I gave you this example about this lady that used to help this homeless guy, and one day he told her that he liked her, and she was very disgusted. She even spoke about it on TikTok. Like, yeah, there was a guy who was homeless that I used to help, and that's nature. She doesn't even see him as a deep, caring member of society. Like, you're homeless. I can't love you because you're homeless. Like, what the hell? Like, I'm so offended that you even like try to make a move on me. It's how it is. It's how we feel about people who are at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? So of course, thinking that this is a good place is actually insane. If you are a person who's intellectually honest. So it's not about being negative. It's about being real at the end of the day. It's about finding out what the highest truth is, you know, without lying to myself. Like, what is really the highest truth? What really makes sense to believe? What really makes sense to think? If you watch my videos, you realize that I'm not like this person who just be like, who just want to be negative. Like, yeah, everything is bad, you know. Yeah, women don't like me, you know. I can't get a job, you know. I'm depressed, you know. Like, there's philosophy behind what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to explain something that is not very obvious and try to show you why things are the way that they are. Like, I try to go deeper when it comes to things. One thing that I've had since I was a kid is understanding, bro. And I would be surprised if people don't understand what I understood. Like, bro, it would traumatize me. I'm like, damn, that's straightforward, that's simple, that's obvious. How do you not see it? I remember when I first like started watching professional wrestling and I realized it was fake, and I'll tell my friends, who'll be like, you crazy. How can it be fake? Do you mean that when they hit each other with the chair, it's fake? I'm like, no, it's scripted. That's what I mean. It's planned. They do hit each other for real, but those chairs are not what you think. You know what I'm saying? The blood is not what you think. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell them that. You know, I'm not saying they don't get injured sometimes. I'm saying most of the time, things are not really what they seem. You know, Dominic is Rey Mysterio's son for real. It's scripted. I mean, even if it's not his real son, but it's all scripted. It's all planned. You mustn't hate on Eddie Guerrero for saying that Dominic is not Rey Mysterio's son. But like, no, it's not scripted. You're crazy and all of that. You know how difficult it is to try to explain something to a group of people who don't get it. Like, they're too, I don't want to say too dumb, but let me say it that way. Like, too dumb to get it. Like, you can see that it's scripted, but they can't see it. Like, it's so damn obvious to you that it's all scripted. It's So I was that kind of kid who was able to see things that other people couldn't see. I was able to see things that adults couldn't see. If my mom has a friend who doesn't like her, I will be able to see that. Like, no, that woman doesn't love you, mom. Like, how are you not able to see that? Don't you see from how she looks at you, how she responds to you? Like, you are telling me that you don't see that. If you watch horror movies, kids are the ones who are able to see the truth, right? They're the ones who, like, if you live in a haunted house, they're the first ones to realize that the house is haunted, and the parents will be like, no. I was that kid. I would tell my parents, like, yo, that guy doesn't, like, I would realize it early. Like, this person is using you. And they'll figure that out when it's too late. I'm that kind of person. So yeah, my gift, which is also a curse, is that I can see the truth. Trust me, I can see the truth about people. Like, I'm the hardest person to fool. Like, I don't look back on my life and be like, oh, this person scammed me, or this person fooled me, and all of that. Like, I've seen it coming. There isn't a person in this world who's actually been able to scam me or fool me like that. Like, and it shocked me. Like it's things that I've seen coming. So if someone does something and I'm shocked that I've seen it all coming, but I did nothing about it. You know, yeah. Sometimes I do nothing about things that I see. I'm like, okay, maybe the danger isn't that huge, so it's fine. You know, I'm gonna deal with it. You know, I'm gonna deal with letting this person into my life. It's fine. See, but really, man, you can see it. Like I remember when I almost got robbed. Right. So I meet these guys and ask them where do you, like I was looking for spinach. I was looking for spinach and spinach and cabbage. So there's a place where they sell nice spinach and cabbage where I live. So I asked these guys, yo man, where do they sell spinach and cabbage? You know, it's this guy is with his friend. Um, Decent looking guy, seem like he's down to earth. He's a good person. You know what I'm saying? Dressed nicely. And he's like, oh, actually we're going that side, so we work together. It's like, and it's around 7 p.m. And he calls his friends. Like, yo, we're going that side. And then we work together and we're having a conversation. 3 minutes into the conversation, I knew something was about to happen. And I was like, okay, now your beaches needs to be ready. I mean, that's what I was like thinking in my own mind. Like that's what I was saying to myself. Like now you gotta be ready. You put yourself in this situation. Something is about to happen. These guys are gonna try to rob you. Trust me. So I thought about it. I was like, okay, do I run? I was like, okay, that's just gonna be like, nah, man. Like, let me just be ready for whatever happens. I ain't gonna run. But I'm right. Something is about to happen. So I started talking too much. I remember uh, I told this other I told this other lady. I was like, if you visit your boyfriend's room, like place for the first time, make sure you talk too much. If you don't want if you don't want him to have sex with you that day, make sure you talk too much. Like it's hard to initiate sex if a person is talking too much. You know, like if you're gonna keep quiet, that's it. Like you're gonna give him enough time to think of what he's gonna say or what to do. You know what I'm saying? But if you're talking too much, you're just gonna talk. The chances are he's not even gonna make his move on you. You're talking too much that you're not even giving him time. You know? So it's the same. It's the same as when like a person is trying to rob you. If you're gonna be talking too much, it might make it difficult. Like it might mess with their game. You talk too much. I remember this other day where inside an Uber, it was me and my cousins, three of us, and when I Ubered, it was just for one person. So the guy was mad, but he wanted money, but he was paranoid. He thought we were gonna rob him. So when my cousin was not talking, my cousin was behind him. Was like, "Yo, this guy is not talking." You know, he knew that that's how it works. Like, you want to be talking, or the person that you're with to be talking, right? There mustn't be silence. So it's either the person is focusing on talking, or they're focusing on listening. And you make sure that even when they're listening, they're responding. They're not just listening and you're talking, because you can give them time to think while you're talking too much. So you talk too much, but you make sure that they are also talking. They're also responding. Like you make them talk. So I'm talking, and the guy's responding. And we reached this place that was dark, and I was like, okay, something is about to happen. I told the guy that, okay, I'm jumping to the other side. Now, there's my friend who lives here. As I was about to move, the guy pulled out a gun and put it on my rib. It was like, but I wasn't prepared to give him what I had. You know, like that's not what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking that I'm gonna give you what I have. So I just pushed the dude and I ran. I ran, bro. I ain't even look back. Don't look back when you're running as fast as you can. I ain't even look back. I'm just running, and yeah, that's how I escaped. But I could tell that something was about to happen. It's just that I just went on with it. So that's the kind of person I am. I can see things as they are. I'm not a delusional person. I'm a realist. I care a lot about the truth, more than you could ever realize. If there's something that truly matters to me, is the truth. Truth about any situation. Truth heals me. Truth gives me peace. I'm the kind of person who's stressed because I don't know the truth. But once I know the truth, the real truth, that's where healing begins. If I'm confused and I don't know the truth, yeah, that's when I like if something happens and I don't know the truth, there's no closure. Like, it's gonna be difficult for me to get over it. But if I know the truth, then I'm gonna have closure. We must understand that what's really gonna free us is the truth. Yes, it will confuse us. Yes, it will hurt us. But you need the truth. You can't be delusional in a realm like this, bro. Like, seriously, you can't be delusional. Otherwise, you trap here forever. You're gonna be suffering here in this realm forever because you are delusional. You don't care about the truth. Like, you are listening to what those who are given power in this realm are saying, than to listen to your own heart. Yeah, oh yeah, that's what that person has said. So I must listen to your own heart. Pay attention to. I mean, if you care about the truth. If you don't care about the truth, even if you listen to your own heart, you just, in fact, you will become worse. Really, you become more and more delusional. But if you really care about the truth, you need to listen to your heart. Your heart is going to tell you what you truly care about. Like, your heart is going to bring closer what you care about. Your intuition is going to make you realize what you care about. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you care about the truth, follow your intuition. If you don't care about the truth, don't even follow your intuition. Your intuition will only lead you to what you care about at the end of the day. A lot of people think they care about the truth, but really, what they care about is comfort. They want to feel comfortable. They want to feel okay. And we all want to feel okay. I also want to feel okay, but I care more about truth than feeling okay. I care about knowing than finding bliss from ignorance, I need to know. I need to understand. I'm not going to be out here like, ignorance is bliss, so let's be ignorant. This feels good to believe, so let's believe. Like, nah, man. I'm one of the realest people on YouTube, bro. Seriously, like, the most honest. And the reason why I put it that way is because I know that people who say the things that I say, but they don't try to find balance. Like, they're biased. You know that there are people who are straight up biased. Like Christians who are biased, scientists who are biased. People like that. I'm not like that. I'm not biased. I'm trying to see things from every perspective. That is why there's sympathy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be someone who has hurt me, who has done something that doesn't make sense. I'll try to understand you. I'll try to understand things from your perspective. It's not even about forgiveness, because I don't care about forgiveness really. But it's about understanding you. Why did you? Because I know that people ain't just evil for the sake of being evil. Unless maybe that person is an NPC. But really, the reason why we see that this world is evil because we are not. Like, even though we do evil things, we're not evil. We are forced to do evil things. We are forced by nature, circumstances, wanting validation and all of that. But the real truth is, we want good things to happen. We want the world to be a better place. You know, people who are really sane, operating at a high level of consciousness, they want this place to be good. Even those who I remember I saw a post on Facebook. It wasn't even a post. So someone took a video of two guys in the toilet who were doing whatever, you know. Okay, so they were doing something, and that video was posted on Facebook, and I read the comments. I knew that there was going to be some ignorant people. So someone said, yeah, God has to come back. And I was like, this person is acting from good intentions. They genuinely think that those people are evil. I mean, what they did was messed up. Like, find a room. Like, why are you doing it in the, you know what I'm saying? But they genuinely feel like that is like that kind of relationship is evil. Like, it's devilish in a way. You know, it's bad. It's disgusting and all that, without realizing that they're the ones who are actually being disgusting by I don't know, making like trying to like thinking they're better than other people who are not living life the way that they're living life. You shouldn't look at a tribe that does things its own way, and you feel like you're better, and they mustn't be allowed to do things the way that they do things. They do things the way that they do things, unless there are people who are being made to do things that they don't want to do in the tribe. Then that's when you can be like, you okay? I'm let my Messiah complex kick in. You know what I'm saying? But in general, you let people do what they do. If a guy is interested in another guy, that's their business. It's not my business. It doesn't affect me. It's more pussy for me. You get what I'm saying? So really, even people that you think are evil, they're just ignorant. The real truth is, people think they're right, so they act from good intentions. Like, yo, I'm doing what the Lord wants me to do, because they believe that God is good. But that's the danger of not truly caring about the real truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you care about the real truth, you're going to question everything. Like, okay, how do I even know that that's what God wants? Like, what I'm doing is what God wants. And how do I know that God doesn't love those people and he feels like what they're doing is bad? If you think about how the universe works, you realize that it allows everything. Everything that happens in here, the universe allows it. It's indifferent. It doesn't care. You can get away with whatever. The universe doesn't even have cosmic justice. A lot of people just believe in cosmic justice because, well, they believe that this is good. So when they see evidence of what they call cosmic justice, like, yeah, they call it karma actually. So if, like, for an example, Will Smith left his first wife for Jada, and Jada ended up cheating on him with his son's best friend. A lot of people were like, oh, it's karma, it's karma. It's not karma. There are a lot of guys. Jay-Z probably had a lot of women, but he still would be. And you might say, okay, what if they break up in the future? Yeah, but I mean, look at how long they've been together. You know what I'm saying? He's been hearing that for years. So even if she breaks his heart at some point, we can't even say it's karma, man. It's he enjoyed many years of his life with her. So how can we say it's karma if he got to enjoy many of his, like, you, who's a good person, who's doing good things all the time, you're not getting to experience anything close to what he's experiencing, right? You can't, like, that's the life that you can only dream of. You can't even get close to where he's at. So the universe doesn't have cosmic justice. It doesn't care. You just do you, bruh. Nobody gonna judge nobody in the end, you know, because we weren't even given instructions. Like, how do you know how you're supposed to live life if the life comes with no instructions? It's not like, you know, in our countries there's constitutions and all of that. You know the law. Okay, you know that you're not supposed to drink in public. If you drink in public, you're getting locked up. You know you're not supposed to assault a person. You know you're not supposed to steal and all, you know. But this world didn't give us no instructions. Zero instructions. You just know that fire burns. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't put your hand on fire, because, you know what I'm saying, those are the laws. You know, if you jump from a tall building, you know you're gonna be messed up. You know what I'm saying? These are things that we know. Like, we know what are the things we're not supposed to do. But other than that, a lot of things that we say are bad, we can do these things and get away with these things. They tell you something about the universe. So really, whose God should we believe if these gods didn't say anything to us? It's just people who be making things up, which is totally obvious. So there needs to be intellectual honesty when we're dealing with life. A lot of people lack intellectual honesty, and like I told you before, that is really the biggest problem in the world. It's lack of intellectual honesty. You know, that sure. There are very few people that you can talk to and you feel like they are honest. I like people like Trevor Noah. Maybe there are times when he was not being intellectually honest, where he was actually selling his soul. I've watched some videos where he was selling his soul, but in general, dude is intellectually honest. I'm like, damn, man, for someone like him to be that intellectually honest, I like that. I remember when he was still only known in South Africa, I used to tell this other guy that he's gonna be known worldwide. Like, if he can go to America, people are gonna like him. Like, he can actually become famous. Like, he's actually a good comedian. Like, the dude was saying, no, it's only his comedy is only funny to us and all that. I was like, no, he can talk about things that are real. Like, he knows a lot of things. It's not like he only knows about what's going on in our country. He also knows what's going on in other countries. So, it was it was nice watching him rise and getting to where he is. But yeah, dude is actually intellectually honest. You know, about, like, if he talks to you about crime, you're like, damn. Like, he's not looking at the world from his privileged eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm privileged. Like, he can see the truth. That's what I like. You know, I don't like talking about stuff because some people be like, yo, so you talking good about Trevor? You don't know he sold his souls and all of that. Sometimes I don't look at it that way. Like, I mean, even if people have sold their souls, but I don't care about that if a person is really speaking the truth. Remember, what I'm looking for is the truth. A person can go rogue. Doesn't mean if someone has sold their soul, they can't tell you the truth. You know? And it's not even about him telling me the truth or telling us the truth. It's about you being able to see when a person is telling the truth and when a person is not telling the truth, right? You must make truth your highest value. Seek truth no matter what. That's where real growth begins. Thank you all guys for watching this video until the end. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. We are growing, man. We are growing. So I truly appreciate that. Every comment, every comment matters. Every like matters. Trust me. Every like, every comment, all of that matters. People subscribing to the channel. I think more than 30% of people who watch my videos regularly have been subscribed. Trust me, even that matters. It helps. You want more and more people to also watch these videos, build a much stronger community, which is a good thing. I do believe that the things that I'm saying are real. They come from a real place. That is why I'm able to make these videos. You understand that it's not that easy to talk for an hour, right, about a particular subject. I'm doing this every day. How do you think I'm doing it? It's because I'm honest with myself. If I wasn't honest with myself, this would be very difficult. Can you imagine, if you had to lie for 1 hour every day, you had to sit down and lie to people for an hour? It wasn't gonna work. But I'm telling you what comes from deep within. So it's very easy for me to do this. Thank you all guys.